On the surface, my family looks really put together. We're all good looking, but the fighting between the sisters is insane. We call each other bitch.
Just like a reality show with all of our chaos, all of our drama, we are like the Mexican Kardashian sisters. Tiffany's behavior is slowly killing my mother. It's really important for my mom to be stress-free because of her hypertension. One issue with Tiffany can be the end of my mom's life and cause her to have a heart attack.
Tiffany's dating has gotten so out of control that it could possibly land her in jail.
My mom told me that she found a letter in the mail about Tiffany vandalizing an ex-boyfriend's house. Tiffany apparently caused $20,000 worth of damage. If Tiffany was to be convicted, my mom could have a nervous breakdown. I have told Tiffany that she is acting like a whore. Tiffany is on multiple dating sites. She's not afraid to meet people online. Tiffany took a road trip to New Orleans with a random guy. If anything were to happen to Tiffany, she was to get raped, we would not know who this person is.
Tiffany's freeloading and living at my mother's house. She doesn't help my mother with rent. She lets my mother pay for her car insurance. My mother has probably spent $1,500 on lawyers to fix Tiffany's tickets.
If Tiffany doesn't stop her destructive behavior to my mom, I'm terrified that my mom is gonna die. She doesn't have a right to go to my mom's funeral.
Okay. Elvia and Erica, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you guys here for Tiffany? Are you here for the family? Are you here for yourselves? What's your agenda today?
Tiffany is the center of the family concern, but if we're honest, we've been broken for a very long time, and Tiffany's just adding the chaos to the family.
Yeah. You guys are 2 years apart.
Yes.
Okay, and you say she bullied you growing up.
She, bullied me all through my childhood, early adolescent years as well.
Why? What would she bully you about?
She was just angry all the time. Would be no reason at all. She hated being my sister. She denied being my sister at school. She would call me all kinds of names, told me I was ugly, nobody wants me, and that's all I heard growing up.
You a bully?
I've bullied my sister without knowing I was bullying her because I was angry. But I love my sister. When I became 30 years old and I became a mother to my beautiful son, my life changed for the better. And they see me as that same broken, angry little girl that I was when I was 5 years old. I'm not her anymore.
But you've gone past that.
I've gone way past that.
You think you're enlightened now compared to then?
Oh, well, yeah.
Did you bully Tiffany?
No.
You're concerned about Tiffany now, though, because you think she's on self-destruct.
Yes, sir.
You two agree about that?
Absolutely.
Do you think she's going to do what?
Well, Tiffany grew up having a much different life than we did financially and having a lot of resources within her older sisters, being educated and being able to provide a lot more than what we had growing up. Tiffany will date any random person. I think I said in one of the pieces, if you smile at her and you say hi and you've got a pulse, she'll say hi back and you want to take her to dinner? No problem.
Yet you say you just actually wish something tragic would happen to Tiffany so you could just grieve and move on.
Well, of course I don't want anything bad to happen to my sister, but every time the phone rings...
Well, that's what you said.
Well, yeah, of course I want to deal with it. I want to move on. I'm tired of, answering the phone from my mom and not knowing what did Tiffany do now.
Well, which is it? You said, of course I don't, but yet that's exactly what you said. You said, I just wish something would just happen to her, get it over with, so I can just grieve and move on.
Well,
you said, well, of course I don't. But yes, you did.
I'm tired of the pain and the uncertainty of not knowing.
Dr. Phil, Elvia's very direct, and she's
So is
hurtful.
Dr. Phil.
And she's hurtful in a lot of her comments. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can communicate, and I think that's the biggest problem we have. We do not know how to communicate effectively. We can't have a simple disagreement. It turns into a full-blown fight all the time.
If I say rude things, it's never my intention to be rude. I just say that if your room is messy and if you've got undergarments laid on the floor and you've got food from 2 days ago on your counter and you're 27 years old and I call you a pig, then...
She thinks that's normal.